I'm Mangin, and I'm working at the Department of Economic and Social Affairs, specifically in the Economic and Social Council and Interorganizational Cooperation branch. I do a lot of work with Haiti and also post-conflict African countries, which has been really perfect and has really lined up with my interests at Occidental College, even though I am a politics major. I think that what was advantageous in this internship is that I was able to take classes and also do the internship, and I had a semi-independent role. I was able to have more candid conversations with my bosses, and we were able to turn that back inside the classroom and discuss it. So I thought that that process really helped provide more nuance to my understanding of the UN, and I think learning how to balance a 40-hour work week and taking 3 classes and doing independent research and also exploring the city and trying to meet new people was really, really helpful. There was one project that I felt really proud of. It hasn't been fully implemented yet, but I got to speak my voice during a staff meeting about maybe possibly holding up or convening a panel discussing how to implement a sustainable educational strategy in Haiti. My branch chief just said, well, you know, write a concept note, plan out the logistics, figure out people that you want to invite, and we'll create this event because you seem to make a valid point. Hopefully I'll get to come back in February and just see the final product of this idea that the branch was really supportive of. A typical day in the office is not really a typical day. A lot of the tasks that we do vary based on what the member states want. For example, some days I'll be at the office all day writing briefings or doing summaries on Haiti mostly. I could be out of the office for the entire day going to peace building commission configurations. I guess that's what I really like about this program is that there's a great latitude and scope of work that you're allowed to do, and for me personally, my boss is really receptive to the interests that I have. I did study abroad last semester. I was in South Africa doing a community health and social policy program, and then right after that I went to Rwanda to do some capacity building workshops. And while I was in South Africa, I worked for an NGO that did receive grants and funding from the United Nations, so coming here allowed me to be in a different position and different capacity, but it was just really interesting to see all the intricacies of how the UN functions and how that translates on the field. Really, really love the New York's public transportation system, and this is coming from an LA native's point of view. I think that's something that I will miss once I go back to Oxford next semester, is how accessible everything is and how all these shops and all these fun venues are just open 24/7. I think people are not as mean as they are stereotyped to be in New York. I think it's a warm, vibrant environment, so that's what I really liked about New York. I've come to learn that it is an imperfect institution, but at the same time it's so indispensable. Where else in the world do you have 192 countries convening and actually being allowed a voice? No matter how large or small the voice is, it's still not falling on deaf ears necessarily, because there's always someone listening. I would just encourage people who may not be fond of the UN to just to check it out for themselves and get a first-hand account, because that's what I did, and I've come to appreciate it a lot more than I had a year ago. So that's what I would advise students to think about.